How much money should you have saved to retire by 67? And we're going to read this article from CNBC. Using analysis by Fidelity, CNBC explains how much your savings should be to retire by 67. Let's see, Fidelity, I think they're an investment company, Do they have any incentive to say you need to save a lot more? Let's take a look here. All right. Dateline October 17, 2020 by Elizabeth Graveler. Let's see who old Elizabeth is here, shall we? Always want to look up the authors. Well, she's pretty, so she's a pretty lady with CNBC. Let's see, we're going to continue without supporting. She formerly wrote about careers and success at CNBC Make It as an intern while earning her master's in business and economic reporting from New York University, all right? So she has a bachelor's degree in journalism from Syracuse, all right? So economic reporting, yeah. So she's a journalist. I mean, that's just, okay. Hey, let's read this. But we're going to listen to the experts at Fidelity. The economic fallout from the coronavirus pandemic has certainly rippled across the nation, making a dent in millions of Americans' finances. Yet, according to Gallup's annual economic and personal survey, soon-to-be retirees are only slightly more concerned about having enough money for retirement, and most still expect to retire at age 66. Fidelity says you should have saved 10 times your income to retire by 67. So think about it. If you're 60 years old and you're making $100,000, you need to have saved $1 million to retire by 67. Just this freaking thing is just so stupid, man. That is in order to keep your current lifestyle in retirement rather than planning to downsize or spend more in old age. Those looking at retire early say at 66 as opposed to 67, you would need to save more than the recommended 10 times their income to make up for the 1 year buffer in between. The guideline assumes retirees are no longer working, not even a part-time job. It takes into account your retirement contributions and investments in addition to any cash savings. But what's surprising is Gallup's survey suggests that a greater percentage of seniors are expected to work a part-time job in retirement due to the coronavirus. Further, as hopeful retirees brace for the uncertainty ahead, more look to their savings account as another source of income. All right, let's see. While having a savings account is finance 101, make sure you don't keep your cash in a high yield. Okay, whatever. All right. Well, they're going to tell us how much you need to have. That's it. All right. I guess they're just saying 10 times. All right. So while Americans are still depending on the same retirement income sources that they did last year, they expected to count a bit more on part-time work. Slightly more people say that part-time work will supply some income for their future. Consider what gigs you may be interested in picking up as you approach retirement age. If you're a bookworm, get paid to read. Online book club pays $5 to $60 for reviews of all sorts of different books. And I think Amazon's on that actually. You don't need to do much to take some side money as you grow older. For those of you who have a car, you can rent it out through websites like Hire Car or Turo. You might as well make money off that asset sitting in your garage. Okay, that's it. So that's it. You should have had. This might be the stupidest article I've ever read. I thought it'd be more insightful. I should have probably read it before I did the video on it. You should have saved 10 times your income to retire by age 67. Well, how much? So if I'm 50 now, let's just say my income's $100,000. I'm supposed to have $1 million. Trust me, I don't. That's dumb. All right, that's. Let's see, Gallup's Fidelity Investments. All right, let's see. We're going to click on this link from Fidelity to see what they're talking about. Okay, save 10 times your income by age 60 to retire by 67. All right, Fidelity's rule of thumb, aim to save 1 times your salary by 30, 3 times by 40, 6 times by 50, 8 times by 60, 10 times by 67. Well, that's what it should have said in the other article. Factors that impact your personal savings goal include the age you plan to retire, and the lifestyle you hope to have in retirement you think. If you're behind, don't fret. There are ways to catch up. Invest more. All right. Our savings factors are based on the assumption that a person saves 15% of their income annually beginning at 25, invests more than 50% on average of their savings in stocks over their lifetime, retires at 67, and maintains their pre-retirement lifestyle. See footnote 1 for details. No one maintains their pre-retirement lifestyle. All right, so this is footnote 1. Fidelity has developed a series of salary multipliers in order to provide participants with one measure of how their current retirement savings might be compared to potential income needs in retirement. The salary multiplier suggested is based solely on your current age. In developing the series of salary multipliers corresponding to age, Fidelity assumed age-based asset allocations consistent with the equity glide path. All right, 15% savings rate, 1.5% constant real wage growth, the retirement of 67, and living until you're 93. What? The replacement annual income target is defined as 45% of pre-retirement annual income and assumes no pension income. Okay, so the replacement, they're not saying 45% of your pre-retirement income. They're saying 45% of what your savings needs to come up with. So basically, they're saying, 40% for Social Security, 20% from some other place, and 45% from your savings, your investments. This target is based on the BLS statistic of income stat, IRS tax brackets, and Social Security benefit calculators. All right, these, let's see, they take into account the volatility the typical target date asset fund has. All right, right here, the 45% income replaced target assumes a retirement and Social Security claimant at 67 with a full Social Security benefit for an earlier, okay. The target is defined as 40% of pre-retirement income. All right, so let's see. For retirement of 65, the target's okay. So the longer you retire, the less you'll need from your investments. All right, so basically what they're saying is, look, you need 100% of your income when you retire, of your pre-retirement income when you retire. Of that, $100,000, let's just say. Of that, you'll get 40% from Social Security, 45% from your investments, and the rest probably, I don't know, part-time job, or they're going to say you don't need 100%, you need 85% or something like that. It's just weird to me because they're saying, okay, you need 45% of your target income from your investments. Do you? These articles are just so confusing because they're putting a thing out there, a carrot, to say, look, you need to have this by this certain age. If you don't, here's a stick that you have to work until you're 95. Notice they have you live until you're 93. I mean, come on, man. You're living until you're 93. Come on, man, says Sniffy Joe. Man, you got to look. All right, I'm going to post this. I'm done yapping on it. I'm going to do another video here in just a second talking about how, again, we're being lied to about the retirement crisis. So hang on.